Everyone mocked me for awakening the weakest martial soul. When the school beauty ran into the genius's arms, I just laughed. The next second, my mind exploded. Alang Shen, Senior Martial Soul Awakening Ceremony. The whole field felt tense that day. The principal and all the heads showed up, just hoping this year wouldn't embarrass the school again. Then, with a shout to assemble, I snapped awake. Memories flooded my mind like a tidal wave. A high martial world. Ruins invade. Beasts run wild. Doomsday disasters sometimes burst from the dungeons. I hadn't even processed all that yet. When a soft, caring voice came from beside me, I looked up. It was Ning Fire. She was once the girl I had a crush on. Yeah, we grew up together. People threw all the resources her way, for real. Every time I confessed, she'd just say, maybe later. She claimed she wanted to focus on dancing, but actually she was flirting with Xiao Deng behind my back. The minute I woke up for real, my filter shattered. Forget first love. Isn't this just a gold digger in disguise? She even tried to touch my forehead, but I blocked her hand right away. Don't worry about me. As soon as I said that, she looked stunned. My buddy Li Yun almost burst out laughing next to me. Said he was glad I finally figured things out. I stopped pretending too. From today on, women are just a distraction when throwing punches. Soon the awakening started. Someone got a hammer. Someone awakened blue silver grass. Some cheered. Some broke down and cried. Martial souls here are split into 9 ranks. From SSS down. Each rank is a whole different world apart. D rank is regular. C rank is pretty good. B rank means you're a genius. A rank is 1 in 10,000. As for F rank, that's straight up trash. Awakening that is pretty much like not awakening at all. Ning Fire was called up first. She placed her hand on the martial soul tablet. A ghostly B rank soul appeared. The whole place gasped. Her aura shot up right away. She went from Spirit Layer 4 to Spirit Layer 7 instantly. She couldn't hide her smug face. A bunch of simps in the crowd just stared at her. Then it was Xiao Deng's turn. This guy never liked me anyway. His family's got connections. He's got some talent too. He loves showing off in front of me. The moment he got on stage, the martial soul tablet flashed super bright. A black-scaled tiger roared and dragon blood battle dance soul appeared. The audience went wild. Even the principal forgot about his tea. Ning Fire was staring at Zhao Deng with starry eyes. That jerk got even more cocky.
He grinned at me from the stage like an attack dog.
And get this, as soon as his rank soul merged, he shot straight to peak level. Instantly became the coolest guy in school. People already started congratulating him on joining the school team. Finally, it was my turn. First place in the grade. From a regular family, I kept Xiao Deng down for 3 years. Everyone was waiting to see my awakening. I put my hand on the martial soul tablet. 3 seconds passed, and only a faint glow appeared. If you weren't looking closely, you'd think nothing happened. Then, a plain human figure emerged from the tablet. No tiger roar, no holy light, no pressure, just an ordinary person. A barely visible vertical line on the forehead. The director looked conflicted. He announced right there, Su Ming's martial soul is Frank. First, the whole room went silent. Then people instantly started mocking me. The top student in the grade. Awakened the worst F rank. That's crazier than any reality show. Zhao Deng nearly laughed out his teeth. But they had no clue. That right then, I heard an eagle's voice in my head. Congrats on awakening. The one and only star origin mystic path Erlang True Lord. A wave of rewards flashed before my eyes. Show-off skills, holy body, sword mastery, axe mastery, body sanctification. All SSS-Rank. In that instant, I almost couldn't hold back my laughter. Everyone thought I just had an ordinary martial soul. But I alone saw the true, Erlang True Lord. That so-called F rank wasn't weak at all. It was just on a whole other level. So strong, the system wasn't even bothered with fancy effects. The best part, as long as I acted weak in public, I could rack up risky win points. Those points power up my skills, talent, everything. To put it simply, while others fight and struggle, I level up just by acting cool. Right after I came off stage, the director tried to comfort me. Then 5 soul tablets cracked loudly. The whole thing looked drained of all power. All the teachers froze. But I knew exactly why. The tablet wasn't broken. It's just that the true Lord's power was too much. That stone couldn't handle it. Before I could enjoy the moment, Zhao Deng started showing off again. He said being held down by me for 3 years was disgusting, and from now on, I'd only get to eat his dust. Then, right there, he confessed to Ningfire in front of everyone. She didn't even hesitate, and said yes on the spot. Then she turned to me, told me to stay away from her from now on, so her new boyfriend wouldn't misunderstand. Everyone looked at me with sympathy. They all thought I'd hit rock bottom today. Frank's soul, childhood sweetheart, stolen by my rival right in front of me. Most people would have snapped by now. Too bad they were dealing with me. I just looked at Zhao Deng's smug face and laughed. I said Ningfire wanted to dump you a long time ago. I was honestly happy to let you have her. After that, Zhao Deng's face fell. Before he could talk back, I followed up. Your girlfriend's pretty nice. Honestly, 2 words. Very moist. The moment I said that, the place exploded. Ningfire's face turned pale. Zhao Deng's veins popped out. He was fuming. Guys around me looked at me with admiration. Then the system chimed in. Risk points 500. I couldn't stop smiling. Turns out, the more extreme I act, the more these gold diggers and simps become my power-ups. Zhao Deng tried to defend himself, accusing me of lying. I couldn't be bothered, so I added calmly, if you ever notice the birthmark on her butt, don't let yourself get fooled too hard. That was even tougher. Once again, the crowd lost it. Another 500 risk points added. Ningfire was about to cry, and she really does have it. She couldn't explain it away. Her eyes got teary. She tried to play the feelings card. Sad we had more than 10 years together. Did it really have to end like this? I almost laughed out loud. You stabbed me in the back in public, and you want me to give you a classy goodbye? So I clapped back and ended any fake kindness. Let's just call it quits. I hurled that insult right at him. System alert. Narrow win points up by 500 again. Zhao Deng completely lost his cool this time. Ningfire rushed to prove her innocence. She even swore she was still a virgin. That jerk said he believed her, but his eyes told a different story. Once the seed of suspicion is planted, not even gods can pull it out. Looks like now's the time. Might as well hit him with one last heavy blow. I don't know about the past, but after that, win points just shot up by 1,000. The whole place went out of control. Some folks were so jealous they wanted to strangle me. Some stared so hard their eyes turned red. Zhao Deng finally dropped the act.
He charged at me with his dragon blood battle axe.
As soon as the black-scaled tiger appeared, its presence made everyone back up. Peak stage Zhao Deng plus another beast of the same level. Even a top fighter would get a headache. Everyone thought I was done for. But only I knew the truth. I'm the one running the show now. One thought. Narrow win points started burning. My rainbow fist instantly leveled up to mastery. I powered my battle cloud palm up to mastery too. It felt like I'd trained for thousands of years. Every bit of force was razor sharp. Zhao Deng closed in with lightning speed, grinning and vowing to wreck me. I didn't even answer him. I stomped my foot. My blood boiled and exploded. The ground echoed with a dull thud. I raised my guard, ready to launch Rainbow Fist. Shoulder, elbow, waist, and hip lined up in a flash. All my power channeled into my punch. The air cracked with a sonic boom. His dragon blood axe was still roaring, but Zhao Deng's grin froze, because my punch was too fast. So fast, his smug look hadn't even faded yet, and my fist had already turned into a rainbow streak, cutting through the crowd's shouts, and slamming straight for his chest. Right as my punch was about to hit, that battered martial tablet suddenly exploded behind the stage. A strange black light shot up to the sky. The whole field plunged to freezing tong. The year that black light rose sky high. It felt like the field dropped into an ice cave. Even breathing stung from the cold. But the real shocker was still coming. Zhao Deng's chest crumpled in. He flew backward like a cannonball. He slammed down with a bang, cracking the ground. Everyone's eyes nearly popped out. A peak fighter couldn't even take one punch from me. So much for being a genius. So much for martial rules. Today I'm rewriting all of it. Zhao Deng hadn't even gotten up yet. And that dragon blood tiger lunged at me. A gust of bloody wind swept in, making the whole field shake. Too bad, no matter how fierce, it's just rushing to die. I twisted aside, dodged its bloody jaws, and swung my right arm back. I smacked it hard, like a mountain exploding. The air itself popped from my hit. The beast shot up out of the pit. The ground cracked with a snap. Its roar turned into a miserable howl. Even its soul seemed dazed by my smack. Next second, I leapt high up and drove my body down hard from midair, stomped right on top of its head. A crisp snap echoed out. It looked like a watermelon crushed underfoot. The dragon blood tiger burst into divine lights. Everyone who saw that lost it. Some had dry throats. Some felt their legs go weak. Others even forgot how to swallow. Tiger turned to Kitty. I'm the boss here. I tossed out that line, and it got even quieter. Once a martial soul shatters, its master suffers too. Zhao Deng coughed up, blood on the ground again, his insides nearly destroyed by backlash.
He still tried to struggle.
Picked his head up just a bit. Then I slammed it right back down, grabbed him by the head, and hoisted him up like a dead dog. The pride in his eyes was shattered. He trembled, asking what I was gonna do. I just grinned and told him to take a deep breath. Feeling dizzy is normal. As soon as I finished, I slammed him into the ground.
Bang!
Debris flew everywhere. Half the field shook from the impact. Picked him up and slammed him down again. His blood streamed down his face. His whole face was smashed out of shape. He didn't even have time to beg. Third, fourth, fifth blow in a row. His head and the ground got smashed together. Bang, 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 non-stop. Everyone watching gasped, like they'd seen the devil. Someone shouted, "That's brutal." Someone else rubbed their own head, afraid they'd be next. Only when he was totally limp did I finally let go in disgust and brushed the dust off my hand, then stomped on his head again, leaned in and added with a smile, "That's all a level 1 soul can do." The place fell dead silent in an instant. Those who were shouting the loudest before now didn't even dare look at me. Everyone knows I'm just franked. But so what? Truth delivered by fists speaks louder than rank. An alert blasted in my mind too, publicly thrashing a level 1 genius. Win points just shot up by 2,000. That sound felt great, so satisfying. This wasn't just humiliation. It's like leveling up and collecting interest at once. The crowd started whispering like crazy, saying Zhao Deng was done for, calling me ruthless and insane. Some even worried he couldn't make the team now. Hearing that just made me want to laugh. These losers I stepped on have no right to talk about the future. Just then, Ning Fire's face appeared in my sight. She finally knew what fear was. She stood at the back of the crowd, her eyes full of disbelief, like she never thought I could win like this. After all, in her mind, I was the guy always kissing up to her, never able to rise up. But today was different. I stepped right over Zhao Deng's face and crushed all his little schemes too. I walked toward him. The crowd parted to make way for me. No one dared stand in my way. Everyone saw what just happened. Nobody was willing to put their head at risk testing the floor's hardness. Ning Fire was clearly panicking, but she's quick thinking, so she rushed over, eyes teary. She softly called out, "Suming." Her eyes red, looking so wronged, playing the victim perfectly. And the idiots around actually fell for it, making up sad stories for her. Some almost put a halo on her head, saying she had no choice. Some said she must have a secret pain. Some even urged me to let it go and forgive her already. Listening to this crap, Ning Fire clearly breathed a sigh of relief. Probably thought he had things under control again. After all, these past 3 years, every time he shed a tear, the old me would jump at him like a dog. But he miscalculated one thing. Standing in front of him wasn't my old self anymore, but a pissed-off boss here to teach green tea bitches a lesson. I stopped right in front of him, lifted his chin with my left hand, took a good look at that. Gotta admit, this face is flawless. She really does look beautiful when she cries. No wonder she plays all those idiots like toys. When she saw me smile, Ning Fire actually smiled too. Probably thought he'd turn things around again. Some people even started cheering, shouting for me to forgive him. It looked like some cringy breakup reunion. I couldn't help but laugh out loud, stared at him and threw out each word. "Ning Fire, you're one smart green tea bitch." As soon as I said that, his face completely froze. Before everyone could react, I blew all my energy into my right fist, charged punch in a split second. My punch tore through the air and landed right in his gut the next second. There was a dull bang. Ningfire curled up into a ball. Blood poured out of his mouth nonstop. The whole crowd was stunned. All those guys who were just jeering looked like they'd just been slapped silly. Guess they never expected. After all that hype, I just shattered the illusion with one punch. That familiar notification popped up in my mind again. Beating the school beauty in public. Manifest points plus 1,000. Ningfire shook all over in pain. Eyes full of disbelief, like he was asking how I could hit him for real. Not willing? You must be kidding. Going soft on green tea is just being cruel to myself. Grabbed her hair, yanked his face up hard, forced him to look me right in the eyes. Tears streamed down his face. He gasped in pain. Even his voice was shaking. I stared at him, then said coldly, "Every single resource you got from me these 3 years. Pay me back, not a dime less." He didn't dare argue anymore. Started nodding real quick. He was shaking like a leaf. Notification sound came again. Publicly roasting the campus beauty for debt. Glory points plus 500. The second I let go, Ningfire just collapsed on his knees. Crying, he asked if everything before was fake. All I said was, "Not launching you like Zhao Deng is already my last bit of mercy." Left him behind and walked off. Only then did people on the field start to breathe again. Everyone felt like they'd survived a nightmare. A lot of people started looking at me differently. Scared but also seriously shocked. And deep down kind of impressed. If I can hit the school beauty and stomp Li Ji. Yeah, I really broke them all this time. Went back to class and met up with Li Yun. Dude punched me as soon as I walked up. Said he was worried I'd fall back into the soft-hearted trap. I cracked my knuckles. Told him from now on, no more feelings. Just full-on punches.
He just cracked up when he heard that.
But he couldn't hide the admiration in his eyes at all. It didn't last long. School announced dismissal. Bit of an issue with the martial arts cup. Those who haven't awakened will continue tomorrow. It got even better for me. Just got back to the dorms when teacher brought me amazing news. The school team spot is officially mine. 1 bottle every 3 days. Full access to every floor of the library. Plus a free martial arts skill. Laid out those perks. Even my teacher was hyped for me. But I only cared about one thing. Can I keep pumping manifest points? Back in my room to cultivate. Closed the door and pulled up my martial soul panel. Currently spirit rank 6. Rainbow fist mastered. Mountain palm mastered. 5,000 total glory points. Staring at those numbers. Couldn't stop smiling. No talk, time to go full cheat mode. Panel said cultivation started. No outside boosts. Average speed. Let's try burning 100 first. Blood energy stirred up a bit. Spirit level 6 bottleneck loosening. Another 100. Meridians heating up like boiling water. Advanced to spirit level 7 instantly. It started to feel unstable. Stopped right away. Not wasting it, just 200 points for a level. Total profit. Then pulled out the advancement pill. Swallowed it in one go. Medicinal power rushed through my body. Started infusion again. Efficiency shot up this time. First round shot me to spirit level 8. Second round kept going. Felt like the realm was made of paper. Even spirit level 9 was easy. Third round got even crazier. Blood energy roaring. Bones and flesh shaking. Pushed all the way to spirit peak. Tried going higher. Panel warned me. No physical training techniques. Forcing it will wear me down. Fine, let's pause for now. Traded 600 glory points for 3 more ranks. Rank up. It's wild, feeling the blood energy stirring inside. That power surge feels amazing. Almost as good as stomping Zhao Deng's face. With enough glory points. Not just reach Grandmaster in one day. I could steamroll everyone. With this in mind, I headed to the library that night. Decided to learn a physical cultivation method first. But halfway there, the air suddenly felt colder. That familiar black aura still lingered. Meanwhile, chaos at the school team. Someone was coming at me on Wen Youngsen's orders, ready to block me from taking the team spot. But even weirder, above the library, that black light was tearing open the night sky. A loud boom came from the sports field, like something was trying to force its way out through that black light. And my hand was already on my fist. Just finished my breath. A few guys next to me started muttering. said Senior Wen's aura is too intense. Just standing there feels like an iceberg crushing you. On the school team, when she talks, nobody talks back. Some were even shivering. Said she's even scarier when pissed. And then, the topic shifted to Lu Change. Top prodigy in the whole school. Basically a god to all those people. Bottom line, when Youngsun already sent people after me, and it was her little brother Wen Yunlin in person, the more they talked, the worse it sounded. Even Zhao Deng acted totally relaxed. Message is clear. Even if I win, it means nothing. As long as the Wen family speaks up, they can still lock me out of the team. Too bad for them. I'd already reached the library entrance. A guy in white stood at the door, arms folded, chin nearly pointed to the sky. Other students saw him like he was the plague. Quickly took a detour. That white martial arts uniform sure looked badass. At Mowu High School. That's a symbol of the school team. Others have to call him senior. Even teachers have to give him some respect. That might scare others, but it didn't work on me. Walked right up to the door. And this guy blocked my way. His eyes darted around smugly, looking all high and mighty. Asked me if I was assuming. His tone was like he was interrogating a criminal. No difference from how they treat suspects. I glanced at him, just asked, "What's up?" He looked pissed, started lecturing me right away. Asked if I couldn't see his white uniform. Sighed, I should at least greet a school team member as senior. Hearing that, my anger shot straight to my head. I came here to pick a cultivation technique, not to play along with some idiot's act. So I shot back, say what you want. If you got nothing, then get lost. When Yulin clearly didn't expect anyone would dare talk to him like that. But he quickly put on that nasty face again. He started flaunting his identity one layer at a time. He said his name is Wen Yunlin. He's Wen Youngsun's younger brother. He even told me to call him Brother Wen. Said his sister sent him to talk with me about joining the school team. Thought I'd instantly back down just hearing Wen Youngsun's name. But all I said was one thing. Almost made his nose crook with anger. He stopped pretending. He just told me to give up my spot on the team. His reason was even more ridiculous. Because what I awakened was useless. Just as he was about to call me trash, my foot got there first. I kicked him hard, right in the gut. He bent over like a shrimp and flew back. Boom! He slammed into the stone wall. Even the library entrance shook a bit. Blood gushed right out of his mouth. The arrogance on his face shattered instantly. Holding his stomach, he looked up at me, eyes full of disbelief. Bet he never thought even dropping his sister's name would still get him beat up. He still tried to talk tough, but I didn't give him the chance. He hadn't even slid down from the wall yet, before my second kick landed. Bam! Even harder this time. Cracks spread across the whole wall. I kicked the guy right into the wall. He looked like a torn painting hanging there. That's when all the students around lost it. Everyone's eyes were about to fall out. Someone recognized Wen Yunlin, swearing non-stop. Some kept backing up, scared they'd get blood on themselves. Right after, the system notification sounded. Another wave of fame points hit my account. As soon as I heard that, my mood got a whole lot better. Nothing beats the feeling of putting someone in their place. Soon someone recognized me. The whole scene instantly changed direction. They said no wonder he's so bold. Turns out it's that badass Su Min from this morning. Others got even more excited, saying even the school beauty's brother got wrecked. Hearing everyone gasping around me, the system rewarded me with another wave of close call points. The guy in the wall was in so much pain his face twisted. There was no sign of cockiness left. He went from fierce to terrified just looking at me. I slowly walked up to him, asked a simple question. Of the 9 people on the team, is your name Wen Yunlin there? That finally shut him up. He admitted it right away. Said he's not on the team, just wore the uniform to look cool. Usually just leans on Wen Youngsun's name to show off. After hearing that, I almost laughed out of anger. Not even on the team but dares act tough in front of me. As I raised my hand, the guy went pale. He just started to beg. When my slap landed, it was loud and crisp. Everyone in the hallway heard it loud and clear. When Yulin's head lolled to the side, and he fainted right there. The last thing he heard probably stuck with him for life. Not on the team. Oh, why are you? The whole place went silent, then went wild the next second. Some said, nice hit. Others said I just made the whole team my enemy. Someone even started taking out their phone, snapping photos of Wen Yunlin in the wall, wanting to save those for future memes. These bystanders are really just cowards. System payout again. My close call points jumped up another notch. This library trip, I got a fat bonus before even walking in. I couldn't care less about that dead dog on the floor, and headed right into the library. Now the top priority is to break through stage 1 soon. After swiping my student card, I went straight up to the 3rd floor. That's where the real core techniques are for the team. All the best martial arts and skills are here. I sat down in front of the holographic computer and ran through the martial arts ranks again. Spirit level novice martial artist. Stage 1 body training. Online, there were also stages like bone quenching, blood refining, organ training, jade abdomen, and mind focusing. Looking through all that, the martial path is way longer than I thought. Still, no matter how long, it doesn't matter. Having these skills is my biggest advantage. Then I started searching for stage 1 techniques. Turns out the school's foundation isn't bad. There are loads of body training methods, even 2 level 1 ones. But the prices are outrageous. Even with the team discount, it's pricey as hell. Throw all my savings in and I'd still barely make a splash. Just when I was racking my brain, a thought popped up. Does the school have any S-Rank ones? Those are free anyway. One search later, I actually found 100 yuan body training. EGS class, and the description sounded wild. Says if you master it, your vitality doubles. Not weaker than innate war body. My blood was pumping just reading it. The price was even crazier. Discounted down to just 20K. Right then, I knew there was a catch. Clicked into the details, and yup, I was right. It's not fake, and the effect isn't a lie. The problem? 4 words, partial artificial womb. Everyone else just needs to open 1 meridian in stage 1 to break through. But this one's special. Gotta open all 8 meridians and 12 vital channels. Have to finish them all to succeed. A normal person would need 30 years to get through just the first stage. By the time you're super solid, everyone else your age could squash you with 1 hand. Anyone else would curse at this and walk away. But me, all I wanted to do was laugh, and not just a little, an unstoppable laugh. Everyone else is short on time. But am I short on manifestation points? The moment I activate the system injection, 30 years is nothing. Chicken feed for others. For me, it's like loot from the sky. Didn't hesitate 1 bit. Immediately swiped my card to trade. After getting the technique, searched for 5 GS rank. Of course, there weren't any, so I had to settle for looking at the regular level 1 ones. All even crazier expensive. Millions, tens of millions and up. Plus you need special contributions just to buy. Made my mouth twitch. These school sharks are just ruthless. Was about to scroll down when a partially damaged martial skill caught my eye. 7 kills all damaged. And the intro had just 1 line. It was brutal. This fist has no equal in killing. But the training method is incomplete. Practice it, and your organs will all be hurt. Scroll down some more. And there's another key line. Small chance of comprehending martial intent. Reading those 4 words, my eyes changed on the spot. A martial art that points toward intent. Even broken, it's a treasure. Once you get fist intent. It's 7 kills fist with your fist. 7 kills spear with a spear. 7 kills sword with a sword. Basically, once you master it, it's a complete set of killing moves, with basically no downside. Yeah, most people stop at level 3. That's pretty normal. But like I said before, others fear being incomplete. But what am I afraid of? I can force and power even without a method thanks to my clutch points.
Cultivation and martial arts.
A crippled technique doesn't mean it can't work. If you back down now, might as well smash your head and be done. School team gets free exchange rights. So I just grabbed the fully crippled 7 kill, took it to the front desk, and picked up the cultivation method and technique. I went straight into the training room without looking back. 18 kinds of weapons all neatly lined up inside. The testing machines are crazy complete too. Even the wooden dummies are all made super solid. They're hard as iron blocks. Close the door and the whole world goes quiet. Mixed primordial body training method. I memorized the content fast. Now for the best part, using my holy power points. Dump it right into my body. As soon as my blood and energy flowed, my meridians felt like a raging flood hit them. The major channels were shaking like crazy. 8 meridian outlines lit up super fast inside me. Skin, muscles, and bones all started burning. Every inch of flesh felt hammered apart. That feeling of getting stronger, so good it sent chills down my back. And just as the first breakthrough kicked off, sudden fast footsteps sounded outside the room. A woman's voice, cold as ice, cut through the door straight at me. "Su Ming, get out here." When Yangxin arrived, just as blood power hit my body, right at the threshold of physical training, I shattered it, burst open 7 and 8 meridians. My foundations now solid as steel. My realm kept climbing, and I busted through even more, shooting right up to stage 1 level 3 in a blink. My blood energy just doubled. This mixed primordial training is intense. Right as I started, I'd already left others behind. Didn't waste the extra holy points. Used them all to keep that crippled 7-kill fist going. But as soon as I started, my organs almost got blown up by the practice. Luckily, my raw talent's tough enough. As soon as wounds opened, they healed right away. Kept pushing through, gritting my teeth. The more I trained, the more I felt this move was a trap. So I flipped the script, completing it from a martial arts mindset first. Burned through thousands of points. After countless failures, I finally got the true meaning. The 7-kill intent is done. The broken fist technique is fully fixed in my mind. Next second, all the pathways opened up. I mastered the 7-kill fist all the way. The wooden dummy stood in front of me. I punched out. 7 surges of force exploded at once. The dummy flew off instantly. Chest split open with 7 cracks. And that's not all. I grabbed the spear nearby. As soon as I held it, the 7-kill intent and the spear work just fused right away. It all blended in a few breaths. One thrust, like a black dragon striking. The dummy got speared through the chest. A hole as big as a bowl exploded out. 7 gun marks coiled around the gap. Even I got chills watching. Spending clutch points here was totally worth it. Fist, spear, sword, axe, they all level up now. I'm feeling awesome. When suddenly someone knocks on the door outside. Their voice is cold and harsh. "Su Ming, come out," said Wen Yangxin. The energy outside made the whole hallway tense. Clearly, they're not here to talk. Push open the door and look. The whole crew from the infirmary showed up. The pig-faced guy on the stretcher saw me and instantly cried like a drowned dog. When Yunlin pointed at me, shaking, and said, "He's the one who beat me up." When Yangxin's face turned to ice in a second. The way she looked at me like she's ready to skin me alive. The other team members around started riling things up too. Basically all pushing me to lower my head. Apologize for quitting the team. Send them to the hospital after. Kneel and apologize. I almost laughed out loud at that. A loser like you expects me to back down? The hallway went silent for a second. The next moment, when Yangxing stepped forward. As my palm flipped up, a chill rushed through the air. The 7-kill fist just mastered. I felt like my energy pathways opened. Pushed open the library doors. My chest felt completely clear. As long as I gamble right and win hard enough, even a broken move can become perfect for me. But then the very next second, I pulled up the system panel. Instantly I got pissed off. Only 200 narrow victory points left. Not enough even to fill the gaps in my teeth. Just finished enjoying myself and now it's empty. Training feels great for a moment. But then your balance is a graveyard. Want to stay on a roll. I need to go hard and do something big. Honestly, what I lack most now isn't skills. It's a fool willing to walk right into my fist. Best if a couple of show-offs show up. And bring a crowd to watch too. The more people, the faster my wins stack up. I've pretty much figured out this pattern. Right after I had that thought, the crowd ahead suddenly parted. 2 guys in white, with 5 stripes each, rushed over like the wind. All the students went from curious to excited. Someone whispered, "The school team's here." Some slipped away quietly, afraid they'd get splattered in the fight. I glanced around. One guy's glare was poisonous. The other was even bolder. His face basically said, "I'm here to mess you up." The whole scene almost made me laugh. Talk about perfect timing. I was just worrying where to write my decree. And now the villains show up in a group. Yu Jiangxiu stopped in front, intimidating just with his gaze. The noisy crowd went dead quiet. Suddenly quiet enough to hear breathing. Liu Zhengzi grinned. Didn't even bother hiding his malice. The 2 blocked my way on both sides. Pretty clear they weren't here to talk. Yu Jiangxiu locked his eyes on me. He said coldly, You're assuming the air tensed instantly. Everyone watching held their breath. I rolled my wrists. My joints cracked one after another. You here to grant me a promotion? About time. Let's see how long you can last. As soon as I finished saying that, Yu Jiangxiu stomped his foot. He charged at my face like a bullet. I was just thinking, man, if only more show-offs would show up. And then right away, two guys in white led a crowd right over, looking all high and mighty, like they were about to slap a fish on the board. I couldn't help but laugh then. Luck's on my side, better than a cheat code. The leader called me out by name. Sounded like reading an announcement. The other guy tried even harder to act tough, almost lifting his chin to the sky. And they brought a crowd with them. Everyone just waiting for a fight. With this scene set up, even the air reeked of arrogance. They didn't waste words. First thing told me to quit the team. Sounded like a negotiation, but it was more of a command. I just smiled and said, not happening. As soon as I said that, their fake smiles dropped instantly. Liu Zhengzi cut the crap, said, if not quitting, then we settle it with fists. Yu Jiangxiu looked even colder, ordered me to get on my knees and apologize. Hearing that, my anger exploded. Right on the spot, I stomped my foot. The floor thidded. I shot forward like a cannonball. Yu Jiangxiu didn't even react in time. My fist landed in his gut. You could feel the force explode. It was like a truck slamming into his face. He curled up like a shrimp, was about to go flying. But I yanked him back, grabbed his collar tight, didn't give him a chance to catch his breath. Next, I grabbed his head with both hands and slammed my knee up hard. You could hear a heavy thud. His eyes just went blank. All the students watching gasped all at once. Someone was about to yell, but I was already staring at the other guy. Liu Zhengzi's face turned pale. He tried to sneak away, but he was so slow. Looked like he was moving in slow motion. I stepped after and caught up, smashed a heavy punch at his face. He panicked and blocked with his arms, only to hear a nasty crack. Both arms went limp instantly. He started to scream, but I shut him up, grabbed his face with my hand, and slammed him hard into the ground. A loud bang rang out. Dust flew up from the hit. All this in just a few seconds. Two so-called geniuses laid out like dead dogs. The crowd went nuts. Some were stunned, some hyped. People started snapping pics, shocked and in awe, like a wave of excitement crashing over me. I grabbed Liu Zhengzi by the head, like picking up a bag of trash. This time, Yu Jiangxiu finally panicked. His voice was shaking. He kept begging for mercy. Sighed, he apologized. Sighed, he gave up. Begged me to stop. Funny thing is, he was the one telling me to kneel earlier. So I squatted down in front of him, looking at his pale face, and said slowly, "Didn't you say apologies have to be on your knees? That was your own rule." The place went silent. Everyone stared at his knees. Yu Jiangxiu glanced at the crowd, then at all the phones lifted up. The color drained out of his face. All he could do was stammer, ask if he could not kneel. Looked so pathetic, like a beaten dog. I just said, if I lost, would you let it slide? He went hopeless right there. He knew the answer himself. Next, I grabbed the back of his head, forced him down with my arm, pushed his face right toward the floor. Everyone's eyes went wide. His forehead slammed toward the tiles. His eyes went red in an instant. He glared at me with hatred. You could see the hate in his eyes. I just stared him down coldly. Seriously, still want to act tough? Still can't swallow your pride? I can help you with that. After I said that, Yu Jiangxiu nearly broke his teeth gritting. He squeezed out a no. Then suddenly slammed his head down, smashed his forehead on the tiles.
Bang!
Everyone froze. Su Ming, we were wrong. I apologize to you. Before anyone could react, he slammed his head down a second time. The crack was like a slap. Su Ming, we were wrong. I apologize to you. The third hit was even harder.
He almost bashed his head open.
Everyone watching was just stunned. Some people had their mouths wide open in shock. My brain was ringing with alerts. My risk points shot up like crazy. This time, making him defeat in public felt amazing. It was so satisfying it gave me chills. The people on the side started gossiping even more. They said even if he didn't want to kneel, he'd be forced to. Some even started recording for proof. Yu Jiangxiu just got socially destroyed. After all 3 kneels were done, he started crying with snot and tears everywhere. His pride and whatever school team ego he had, I stomped them into nothing. He knelt there like his soul was gone. He looked up and asked if that was enough. That's when I let go and stood up, told him to take his loser buddies and get lost. Those two left looking totally defeated. My mood instantly skyrocketed. Went out and just scored thousands of risk points for free. The school team is like my lucky charm. Thinking back, I realized something. Just winning isn't the most ruthless. Making someone surrender in public is what hurts most. That's real psychological KO. With that rush, I turned around and went back to class. I barely walked in when the whole class stared right at me. Li Yan was the first to jump up and yell.
He said the scene at the library entrance was explosive.
Beating the school team genius wasn't even all. I actually made Yu Jiangxiu kneel and bow. I was stunned for a second. It happened in just a couple of minutes. News spread insanely fast. Now the whole school knows about it. Guess I made my mark today. Someone couldn't help but ask how good the school team guys really were. I casually said nothing special. They went down before I even tried. Right after I said that, the reminder popped up again in my head. Even humble bragging gives me sane orders. It made me laugh out loud. Li Yang got triggered and said we all lost together. But somehow I turned into a monster secretly. He yelled for the freak to get off me. The whole group's chaos left me helpless. So I just shouted Changhong Fist and Mountain Palm. Anyone confused can come ask me. As soon as I said that, everyone crowded around me. Li Yan even dashed over faster than a dog. As soon as we raised our fists, someone suddenly shouted at the doorway. That yell had just erupted, when the whole class went silent. But what blew up even more than the class was the look on the school team's faces. The video of Yu Jiangxiu kneeling and bowing completely set the forum on fire. In the school team office, two cronies slammed the table and lost it. One pretended to be gentle with gold-rimmed glasses, but punched down hard, denting the table. The other was burly with lots of muscle, and kept threatening me with payback. The one sitting up top, Wen Youngson, was the smart one. He scrolled through all the hot post comments.
He figured out the school team started the trouble.
Basically, he meant one thing. The school team wasn't totally in the right either. But next, he showed his true colors. He wanted me to apologize and quit. Basically, they wanted to save face by stepping on me, just trying to get their pride back. But the craziest part was, he even stripped me of my school team status. All perks stopped, all resources taken away. If I don't come back within a week, I'd have to return the 5G I got before. Kisha Fist is worth 2.4 million. They're trying to force me into debt. When the homeroom teacher called, even his tone sounded urgent. The meaning is simple. They want me to bow my head first, then settle things later. It's laughable. Their intentions are written all over their faces. And they still want me to tolerate it. Just as I hung up the phone, Li Yun put his phone in front of my face again. There was only one line pinned at the top of the forum, giving me one last chance. Publicly apologize to the school team, then get lost from the team, or else bear the consequences. That arrogant vibe is almost overflowing. Li Yun turned pale with anxiety.
He begged me not to go against them.
If I back out now, it's not just giving in, it's just accepting that the team always takes the lead, and then sending people to crush us when things get big. They even have the nerve to act like victims when they apologize. My anger shot straight to my head. Only one sentence was left in my mind. I stormed out, not even looking back at the classroom, spun around and headed straight for the dorm. Trash talk won't help right now. I need power to put them all on the ground. The system panel suddenly popped up with 5,400 Saint value points, all of them glowing. The first tier, third level cultivation bar was flashing like crazy, starved for more. I stared at those words, gave the system my harshest order. Give me full cultivation. The next second, my blood and energy erupted inside me. Right at that moment, give me full cultivation. The following second, blood and energy exploded within. It surged through my body like a raging sea. I pushed my Hanyuan body refining technique to the limit. All my major and minor meridians lit up together. My energy cycles went into wild overdrive. The barrier of first tier, third level shattered instantly. Then 2 more levels collapsed immediately after. I shot straight to first tier, 6th level. My same value kept burning like crazy. Blood and energy pummeled my whole body like a hammer. Bones, flesh, and skin kept breaking over and over. The intensity was so much it almost broke me. But the more I trained, the better it felt. The more it exploded, the wilder I got. Double blood energy smashed through every stage. The rest of the barriers felt like paper. In a blink, I reached first tier, 9th level. I used up every last bit of my narrow win value. Kept pushing Hunyuan refining all out. But suddenly, my talent went crazy. Sanctified body is no joke. My blood and energy made a huge leap. A strand of golden energy quietly emerged. The moment it showed up, it was insane. That last barrier of first tier got pierced right away. My cultivation hit the peak of first tier. Same value dropped to 0 right then. But the power inside kept surging. Countless realizations flooded my mind. Air in the dorm got torn apart by my energy. Wood chips flew everywhere. The stone tablet by my bed was full of scratches. The moment I opened my eyes, a golden flash crossed my gaze. Blood and energy surged inside me like a true dragon. This is what blood like a dragon really means? Most people never reach first tier peak like this. I pulled it off with a flick of the wrist. Too bad I don't have a second tier blood tempering method. If I did, I'd smash another barrier today for sure. But first tier peak is more than enough for now. I got up, pushed the door open, and headed straight to the team building. Not here to talk sense today. I'm here to slap faces. I stepped inside, a bit disoriented at first, and bumped right into old Zhang. Old Deng sighed in relief as soon as he saw me. He thought I was here to admit fault.
He said he rushed over to plead my case so I could stay on the team.
Said he went out of his way to speak up for me with those guys. That actually warmed my heart for a second. But that warmth aside, owning up to something isn't my style. Old Zhang kept urging, told me to play it soft when I get in. Don't try to be tough, my eyes suddenly shone. Alright, since you know where they are, let's cut the chatter. Lead the way to the office on the 3rd floor. Old Zhang was so nervous his palms were sweating. He didn't even finish his sentence. My foot was already up. Meanwhile, the crew in the office just saw the latest forum reply. Those 4 big words drove them mad. One guy wanted me to kowtow 30 times. Another one grinned sinisterly, pushing his glasses. The woman dressed in black at the head of the table wiped her spear, and finally agreed to let them start the fight. The tension was at its peak. Suddenly, outside the door, a wave of fierce energy burst out. Old Zhang was so scared he couldn't speak, and I drove my foot hard into that door. With one kick, the whole door just exploded in place. Wood chips and dust blasted everywhere. All 3 faces inside froze. Old Zhang stood nearby, scared out of his wits, like he'd just seen the Grim Reaper bust down the door. I stepped in over the broken wood, eyes locked right on target. Li Feiping was yelling pretty loud just now. It was you, wasn't it? Go ahead, bark like a dog for me again. My shout slammed through the room. Even the sound of the gun being cleaned paused for a beat. Bao Shuming snapped back first. He pushed up his glasses, trying to act refined. Said he respected me. But you could see his scheming in his eyes. Li Feiping was more direct. He clenched his fists, bones cracking. Looked like a mad dog about to attack. The black-clad school beauty just kept her head down, cleaning her spear. Didn't even bother to look up. Old Zhang saw the scene, and tensed up so hard his legs went stiff. All 3 monsters from the school team in one room. The 5th place guy, the 3rd, and the 2nd. Most would see genius here. To me, it's just 3 dishes on a plate. Old Zhang tried to smooth things over again, but Li Feiping just spat it out. That stench of arrogance was enough to make you sick through the dust. Old Zhang's face turned pale and green. He clearly couldn't take it anymore. Then I patted his shoulder and pushed him behind me. You stay out of this. Everyone here's gonna get their faces smashed today. In the room, Li Feiping smiled wickedly and said, "Then listen up,"
He said.
He couldn't wait to beat me until I begged on my knees. Before he could finish, my foot shattered the floor. My whole body shot out like a cannonball. The air boomed as it was torn apart. In a flash, I was right in his face, spun in midair, and whipped my leg around. That kick was stupid fast. He didn't even have time to react. A dull thud exploded in his chest. That mad dog got knocked clear across the room. He slammed into the wall hard. Cracks spread all along the bricks. Blood gushed from his mouth. But his muscles suddenly started bulging. The one flared up. His body swelled up a size. His eyes in the wall looked vacant and fierce. Clearly, he wanted to keep fighting. But I don't do fair fights. If you're down, you're out. My right foot lifted, and I smashed his face again. All he could see was the sole of my shoe. His viciousness turned into terror in a second.
Dan!
I kicked his head back into the wall. This time, he couldn't even scream. Just blacked out right away. My system dinged in my mind. And 500 victory value arrived. Victory value earned. That's pretty decent. But don't waste it on trash like this. Going all out is what makes you strong. Crushing some wild dogs is just for show. Bao Shuming finally dropped his act. His pupils started to shake. He just managed to shout first stage. But my fist was already coming right at his face. He learned his lesson from before. This guy slapped his martial soul manual right away. Both eyes lit up. A see-through shield popped up in front of my fist. The first punch hit the shield. He actually blocked it by brute force. That gave the bastard some confidence. Claimed this shield could even stop a second stage. A second later, he started bragging he had it won. But the words got stuck in his throat halfway out. The second punch burst out with hidden force. The power of the 7-kill fist flooded the whole shield. Cracks shot across it like a spider web. Bao Shuming's face turned pale as a ghost. Break for me! A third punch slammed down. The see-through bronze shield exploded into sparks. He couldn't keep faking it after the shield shattered. All that was left was pure fear. My punches didn't let up. I smashed his gold-rimmed glasses right off his face. Blood gushed from his nose and mouth. The gentleman act was totally ruined. 5 fingers gripped his head. I slammed him hard into the wall.
Bam!
Another hole appeared in the wall. Just now he still looked so composed. Now he's a pile of mush. System paid out 800 danger points again. The victory sounded a lot sweeter this time. I steadied myself on the desk. Finally, my eyes turned to the main seat, from start to finish. That girl in black kept wiping her spear. 2 dogs lay knocked out by her feet. She didn't even look up once. She wasn't faking it. She really lives like she's a weapon. Old Zhang was already gone from the door.
He's probably off to get backup.
But before help arrives, this room listens to me. I set my gaze over. I asked directly if blocking me from the school team was his idea. The air got so quiet it was scary. Only the soft sound of her fingers on the gun. 3 seconds went by with just that rubbing sound. He didn't move another 3 seconds. Still nothing. My patience completely snapped. I was straight up pissed now. Still playing it cool, huh? Keep rubbing your gun, right? Don't test me. I'll send you and your weapon flying next second. As soon as I finished, her hand suddenly stopped moving. She froze. The tension in the office spiked. I couldn't help but grin. Talked big for so long. But the act just broke. Just said you wanted to talk for real. Now, gripping your spear till it creaks. She stared at me, her eyes cold enough to kill, still acting all high and mighty. Claimed she'd given me enough respect. Li Feiping and Bao Shuming got beat like dead dogs. And she said it was all for my sake. Yeah, right, keep your respect for your own grave. What's wild is, she even started lecturing me about martial soul baptism. Said what I've got is just a rough draft. Real power takes a second awakening. School team only has 10 spots. Make the team, then you get this chance. Resources are B-level. Finish the A-level and you're set, but if you're still F-level, you're done. I almost laughed for real. In their eyes, I'm just a loser with an F-level soul. But my soul is nothing like theirs. This stuff is gold. Anyone after my spot is getting dropped. And yet, this woman actually tried to make an offer. Resource compensation plus cash. One more shot to make a move. Even brought up Zhao Dank, trying to make me give up my spot. Sounds like they're offering a real deal. Too bad, it's just dog food for dragon meat. I laid it out on the spot. Martial soul baptism. One won a spot on the school team too. Nobody can change my mind. His face dropped right away. That rage just exploded out. The air started to ripple. Papers began to float and burn to ash. The whole office felt like an oven. Even the walls started to melt. That's when he finally dropped the act. Told me straight up this wasn't a negotiation. Just an announcement. My opinion doesn't matter. Just nod and accept it. When I heard that line, my blood rushed right to my head. After all that roundabout talk, Turns out they're just trying to force me out. Playing innocent while being a jerk. Do they really think everyone else is dumb? That's me slapping the desk in half. Blew the wood right in his face. He finally got up slowly. The black spear leveled in front of him. Still trying to act all cool. Says he's tier 2. Big gap between tier 1 and tier 2. Told me not to embarrass myself. Bottom line, it means one thing. If you refuse, I'll crush you. Can't stand arrogant people like this. Next second I stomped down hard. Shot over like a cannonball. My fist tore through. Scorching heat slammed right at his ugly face. His eyes blazed with fire. His spear snapped up in an instant. A deep explosion shook the whole place. The entire office shuddered. He didn't even get to laugh at my weak punch. The spear suddenly started shaking crazily. And then, a fine crack shot down the shaft. Crack just spread. 3 surges of internal power detonated. Shot up the spear like lightning. Slamming straight into Wen Yongxing. The woman's face went ghost white. First time I saw real shock in her eyes. 3 waves of power in one punch. That's not just tough, it's brutal. A tier 1 punch skill, fully mastered. The school team messed with the wrong guy. But he's no pushover either. Spear shakes, sweeping across sideways. That spear fast and deadly. I had to step back. And right then, he forced his internal power to break free. His gaze turned cold. Started talking trash again. Too bad you're dealing with me. My fiery eyes blazed hard. Right hand gripped tight. My flame surged up the spear. Black spear burned red in a blink. Even the air started to sizzle. That's his tier 1 martial soul. Blazing flame streams. Spear blurred. Air sizzled along its path. Next second he lunged with the spear. A fire dragon ran down the shaft at me. As my right fist slammed the spear, the heat snapped back. Hand bone felt like burning iron. My right hand got scorched on the spot. He even mocked me. See the gap now? What a chatterbox. Blood roared in my veins. Doubled my power. He charged at me. I faced him head on. Spear swept for my face. I raised my left hand. Grabbed the spear and locked it down. The flames exploded. My whole left hand turned into a torch. Anyone else would have let go, screaming. But I only gripped tighter. It hurt so bad I grimaced. My right arm powered up. Charging up, when Yongxing finally panicked. Eyes full of utter shock. He tried to speak, but my fist punched right at his face. His spear was pinned. He had to grit his teeth and punch, but he had no clue. My punch held 7-kill fist, all 7 layers. Killing intent unleashed. 1 punch, 7 kills. As our fists collided, 7 waves of power blasted through. His fist got blown away. He took a solid shot in the chest. Whole body hit like by an elephant. Coughed up blood right on the spot. No time to recover. Second punch charged up again.
He panicked, hurled a fireball at my face.
Trying to force me back. But I didn't dodge. Took it head on. Flames hit my face. I smirked instead. Next punch was brutal. Slammed his face silly. Weren't you talking tough a second ago? Why so quiet now? Before I even finished my words, kicked him hard in the gut. When Yongxing crashed through the 3rd floor window and flew out, the schoolyard blew up instantly. Everyone looked up, completely stunned. Some thought it was a jumper. Others saw the footprint and got the chills. When they saw the face, the whole crowd gasped. School team's top fighter. When Yongxing actually got booted out the window, while I stepped out slowly to the window. When they saw my face, people down below almost dropped their phones. That's Su Ming, the guy who fought the school beauty this morning and kicked the campus queen this afternoon. The crowd just kept getting louder. Inside, my risk meter spiked. And that's when I finally got it. Showing off only works with an audience. I glanced down. My left hand looked charred like coal. But the flesh was already healing fast. This talent is pure insanity. As for his black spear, it was already in my hand. Felt easier the more I spun it. The more I looked, the more it fit. Like it was made for me. Downstairs, when Yongxing looked up, clutching on, everyone around held their breath. Next second, I twisted my wrist and whipped the spear down hard. The moment it left my hand, the people below panicked. Faces went white, backing away, cursing. I really am a maniac. When Yongxing tried to act tough, but panic filled her eyes. Still think I won't do it. Fine, let me show you. The black spear tore the air with a blast. Whole place flipped out. She scrambled to get away, but moved as slow as a snail. Barely dodged a vital spot, but her shoulder was punctured, pinned to the ground by the spear. Her scream was high and sharp. The place turned dead silent. Nobody dared to even breathe loud. Some gulped and shook. The way they stared at me like I was a monster. I looked down from the third floor. Only one word in my heart: awesome. So what if she's the campus beauty? Block me and I'll pin you too. Just then, two figures sprinted over from afar. One was a teacher. One was the director. Not even close yet. The director saw what happened first. His face twitched right away, and he ran even faster. Too bad it was still too late. The gun's already halfway in. Jumped straight down from the third floor. The moment I hit the ground, dust went flying everywhere. The crowd scattered in a rush. They made way for me. A straight path. Each of my steps echoed as I passed. When Youngsun's face turned pale for a second. The untouchable school beauty from before now just looked terrified. She wants to back off but can't. The gun kept her pinned in place. If she moved even a little, her wound hurt so much she gasped. That's when the director finally rushed over. He yelled at me to stop immediately. The teacher next to him was still totally confused, not even sure who was the real target. When Youngsun grabbed at this lifeline and forced herself to look tough, tears at the corners of her eyes, still trying to hold on to her dignity, seeing her stubborn face, I instantly got angry, getting beat up this badly, and still pretending to be tough with me. I slowly raised my right hand. The director's face changed right away. He had just started to yell for help, but my palm was already next to his face. That slap was about to land. I didn't even bother to blink. With a flick of my hand, when Youngsun went down, spitting blood, Director Yan's face turned green. He was so mad. He started thundering. But looking at the scene, he couldn't find anything to blame me for. Second rank started the fight. First rank fought back in self-defense. That's called self-defense. No one can argue with that. Director Yan opened his mouth, but was instantly left speechless. When Youngsun lost so badly, she looked like the victim. But facts are facts. Fists don't have eyes. But I was in the right. The old fox did the math, and his face got even more interesting. Zhao Deng got beat up this morning. Yu Zhanrong and Liu Zhengzi had to kneel too. Now, when Youngsun and two others got trashed this afternoon, all in one day, I took down all 5 of the school team. Director Yan stared at me like I was a ghost, still trying to act all serious. Told me not to burn all my bridges. The school team's #1 won't just let it go. And the school won't sacrifice the whole exchange meet for one student. When I heard that, I just laughed. Sighed. Teacher Zhang really gets me. I'm usually nice to people. If no one messes with me, I never start a fight. Director Yan nearly rolled his eyes out of his head. He obviously didn't buy it one bit. But he had no way out. All he could do was take Wen Youngsun away. They left, looking miserable, heading to the infirmary. The bystanders wanted to keep gossiping, but one yell from him scattered everyone. Only Teacher Zhang was left on the field.
His look was complicated.
He said this isn't what blending in means. But then, just one sentence from me made him break character. Dared to disrespect you. I already taught him for you. If he keeps being rude next time, I'll tutor him for free. Keep straightening him out. Teacher Zhang's eyes almost got teary. He looked at me like I was his own son. 3 years of teacher-student bond. And he blamed it all on the school team. He insisted on treating me to a big meal. I was just about to agree, when the scene shifted. The infirmary was in chaos first. When Yunlin was getting treated, yelling in pain, still mouthing off, saying I'd pay double for today. But Zhao Deng totally chickened out. He'd seen Yu Jianshu kneel in person, and just wanted to avoid me now. When Yunlin started cursing him out, said he was an Ag 1, and yet got so scared. Then he started bragging about Li Jie, Bao Jie being home, and his sister stepping in herself, talking a big game. Like even the principal couldn't protect me. But just as he finished bragging, the infirmary doors burst open. Director Yan stormed in with a scowl. A swarm of doctors and nurses followed close behind. We need a few more people to help here. There's another student in critical condition. Several stretchers were hurriedly brought in. When Yulin was still smirking coldly, he thought no way I'd be one of them. The next second, the white sheet was lifted. He froze, rigid on the bed. The sheet pulled back. 3 people lay in a row on the bed. Bro Li and Bro Bao, who were just bragging earlier. And Wen Yunlin's own sister, Wen Yongxin. A second ago, when Yunlin was still acting tough. Next moment, his voice broke.
He blurted out, "Sis?"
In disbelief, the whole infirmary went numb. Everyone from the radiology dep next door was stunned too. Their eyes nearly popped out. Didn't they say any one of them could keep things under control? But now all 3 are lying here side by side. When Yelling turned pale with worry, she grilled the director, demanding who did it. Director Yan simply replied, "Su Ming." The moment that name was said, when Yuling's legs almost gave out, she tried to keep up the tough act. But you could see fear in her eyes. Zhao Deng snuck a peek at the wounds. The more he looked, the more chills he felt. Li Feiping's face was covered in blood, and there was a huge black footprint on his face. Bao Shuming looked even worse. His glasses were smashed. His head looked like it had been slammed into the wall. Wen Yongxin wasn't spared either. Her right shoulder was completely pierced through. But her face was the most shocking part, pale and clean, with a big, bright red handprint on her cheek. Zha Deng gulped hard. He started shaking all over. Someone actually dared to slap Wen Yongxin. That's beyond savage. Whoever did this is a straight-up lunatic. He wanted to drop out and run away right then. Meanwhile, the director went off to report the incident. The principal actually laughed when he heard. He said, "Low spirit power doesn't mean low character. A real genius doesn't care about labels." With that, the decision was made. Give him the best school team benefits. Put him at the top for resources. Top priority for training methods. Top priority for elixirs. He'd get the treatment no one else got. Now, there's one more person on that list. Me. That night when I got back to the dorm, my 3 roommates jumped me for details. They said the forums were blowing up. Solo beat up the whole school team. Especially that slap to Wen Yongxin. That hit #1 on the trending list instantly. Thought the comments would be a mess. But everyone was cheering for it. Said the team was always too arrogant anyway. Today, finally, someone smashed them. But as we kept talking, Li Yun's face suddenly turned dark. He said a new rumor was going wild. Lu Change is coming back. As soon as that name came up, the whole room felt colder. After all, he's the school's pride for 53 years. The real #1 brood of the team. Li Yun stared at me and asked, "What if he doesn't let you join the team?" I just laughed. If he wants to talk, I'll talk. If he insists on picking a fight over a girl, I won't go easy on him. So I let that out. I'll take him on then. Next morning, first thing I woke up, Mr. Zhang called. He said Dayu didn't just recover. She's already at the 3rd floor of the advanced library with Lu Change. She can pick any second-level technique she wants. And the school's giving her a 3 treasures blood essence pill, plus a top-grade alloy weapon. Hearing that, I was just picking up my phone when the dorm door got kicked open. On the other end of the call, he joked with Dayu. I almost lost it. I'm getting the absolute top tier in techniques, pills, and weapons. This school isn't just making promises. They're shoving gold bricks down my throat. But the best part isn't even that. The real prize is the martial spirit baptism. That's the main perk for the team. If anyone tries to stop me from joining, I'll camp out until the baptism starts. Mr. Zhang asked what weapon I wanted. Didn't even need to think about it. Of course, a spear, like a Langshen style. If I don't use a spear, what was the point of coming here? As for weight, that's easy. 100 pounds is too light. 200 is just a warm-up. 300 pounds feels just right. Mr. Zhang went silent for a moment. He said, "Stop milking the school dry." For under 3rd rank, even 50 pounds is not light. 100 is already crazy heavy. 200 pounds is basically unheard of. 300 pounds is just bragging nonsense. But he knows damn well how Wen Yongxin lost. Mr. Zhang gets it better than anyone. A 1st level beating all the 2nd levels. That's not just talk. Born super strong and boosted blood power. That's my real edge. Mr. Zhang hesitated a few seconds, then finally grit his teeth and sent in the request. A 300-pound spear it is. He told me to go pick up my elixirs at the office. Even the staff looked shook at that treatment. After I hung up, I couldn't stop grinning. This batch of school resources, easily worth tens of millions. No wonder only the strong get to eat well. I grabbed a quick breakfast. then went straight to the office for the three treasures cookie. But as soon as I got to the door, they were already yelling inside. Pushed the door open, and Mr. Zhang's eyes lit up.
He said I came at the perfect time.
This Mr. Wang just wouldn't believe it. Insisted on a live demo. I just found it hilarious. Go ahead and doubt, but don't put your face too close. Mr. Wang pulled out an ice orb. Said it's special ironwood. It can simulate advanced blood key states. Just hold it, and you'll see if your strength is real. It's that simple. As soon as I grabbed it, it started sucking up my blood key. My veins felt like they were being sandpapered. Blood key got sluggish. Actually, kinda impressive. Mr. Wang kept showing off. Wanna handle a 300-pound weapon? You need 3 inches of finger strength at least. Otherwise, he didn't finish the sentence. I squeezed a little tighter. With a loud bang, the ice orb exploded. Wood splinters shot past my face. The whole office went dead quiet. Mr. Wang's eyes nearly popped out. Mr. Zhang looked pained, but secretly could barely hide a smile. That ice orb was worth tens of thousands. But the satisfaction was priceless. If the 300-pound spear's here, nobody dares question me. Soon as I got the pill, I headed straight to the library's 3rd floor. I had to pick a 2nd-level martial skill. Needed spear techniques too. All theory, no real moves yet. Can actually fight that way. Search the screen. Only 2 S-Rank 2nd-level martial arts. One's evergreen wood technique. It's all about playing it safe. Great for healing and longevity, but lacks fighting spirit. The other's true words of power. The name alone sounds wild. Read the intro. It's no joke. The power-up method is insanely aggressive. Just heat up your blood until it boils. Once you get through it, you can master lucky words. It's even better if your blood energy is full. Every move will burn with intense fire. You can even absorb more flames to keep getting stronger. This limit doesn't feel like a 2nd-tier skill at all. But the downside is obvious too. If you mess up, you get seriously hurt. But that's what I'm least afraid of. I like risking everything for power. Jiamu is super stable. Extreme Flame is crazy powerful. My eyes are locked on the screen. Suddenly, an idea flashes through my mind. Didn't Alangshan have fire abilities too? If this Extreme Flame skill can react with the martial soul path, I'll really take off this time. Turns out I was right. This Extreme Flame isn't just regular fire. Go deeper with training, and it might reach Samadhi True Fire. Even Yang Jian used it to burn food supplies and defeat enemies. With power like this, who wouldn't be jealous? What's crazier is, the school only has this one, the only S-class top-tier skill. Miss it now, and you'll probably never see it again. Check the price. Market value, 12 million. Even at a student discount, it's 6 mil. Team price cuts it down again. But you still need special contributions to buy. Normal 2nd-tier skills are just about 1 million. This thing is 10 times more expensive. But it's expensive for a reason. S-tier skills are insanely rare. Plus, training is risky and intense. That keeps the price in check. The moment I swiped my card, the system suddenly gave a big surprise. Top privileges unlocked. No contribution required. It's totally free. One word. Awesome. After getting the skill, I went to pick my next one. Spear techniques. Searched for them, and almost laughed out loud. Tons of blade and sword traditions at school. But the spear skills, super weak. Best one is only B class. For anyone else, that's good enough. But my worst skills are always above this level. I've got high standards now. But checking the intro, 1000 Army Spear focuses on heavy spears. Under 100 pounds? Forget it. Not enough blood energy? Don't bother. Perfect. I have a 300-pound spear. Double the blood energy as backup. Feels like it was made just for me. Redeemed it right away for free. Headed to the best training room in the next city. A wave of medicine scent hit me. Just one breath and my blood started heating up. My mind instantly cleared up. Wow, this is concentrated mind incense. On the outside, one stick is 150,000. Here, you get one free every 3 days. The school's benefits are over the top. Skills and resources are 5G speed. After memorizing them, charge up lucky words first. Let this dangerous skill push me hard. First time infusing energy. It was as complex as a puzzle. Couldn't even find where to start. Spent 500 more points. Finally found the entry. Special breathing technique activated. And my blood went wild. Meridians out of control. Organs ruptured. First attempt failed big time. But my body is tough as hell. As soon as I got hurt, my body just forced a recovery. Kept practicing, kept burning. Kept risking my life for it. Kept throwing in victory points. Getting started, small success, great success. Like riding a rocket. Until the very end. 2,000 points smashed past the bottleneck. That burning heat in my body was finally real. My ki and blood started to ignite. The true intent settled completely. A flame of fortune was born in my blood. The next second, it felt like a hammer slammed through my meridians. A booming roar exploded inside me like a tidal wave. My aura instantly shattered the first realm ceiling. Second realm achieved. The moment I opened my palm, a streak of crimson flame rose silently. Even the air distorted from the heat. But just as the flame was about to shoot higher, the training room door suddenly shook. The air nearby was still warping from the heat. The flames were just about to surge again. The training room door took a heavy hit out of nowhere. It sounded like someone kicked it hard. I just got my true fire under control. Someone outside showed up right away. But the prompt in my head popped off first. Broke into the second realm. A new martial talent started to awaken. The panel in front of me shattered into light specks. A holy figure rose up from the ground, towering and imposing, making my scalp go numb from the pressure. It was none other than Erlang, the victorious sovereign. He stepped forward. His image slammed right into my body. A second later, it felt like lightning split my flesh. A dormant power suddenly woke up. The system dropped the hardest answer. SSS-Rank Battle God Talent. Just the name was wild enough. When you actually trigger that power, that's when you know it's truly overpowered. My eyes opened. Battle mode activated instantly. My aura shot up like crazy. Felt like my bones were spreading out anew. My ki and blood surged wildly. Muscles looked ready to burst. It didn't feel like just a small boost. It was like I could crush a top genius with a punch. The results felt even more insane the closer I looked. Doubling my ki and blood was just surface level. Defense, recovery, and reflexes all leveled up together. I was already ahead of the top talents with my body training. Now with Battle God on top. 4 times the ki and blood hitting like crazy. This isn't reasoning. This is pure stat domination. The opponent's struggle looked like acting. Of course, there's a price to this move. Ki and blood burn up super fast. If I kept it on, my body couldn't handle it. But as a trump card, it's totally unbeatable. After exiting battle mode, the next slash went straight into spear mastery. All my victory points went in at once. Spear 2, sacred body, 7 kill and 1 to break through 1,000. Felt like the spear technique was on cheat mode. 1 look in and I got the basics. Second look and I was decent. Third look and I mastered it. A little more push. Fourth step, perfect mastery. Scored 1,000 right away. Those victory points were more than worth it. The moment I gripped the spear, all the moves in my mind came alive. Each strike hit like a mountain falling. Spear wind swept out. Burst after burst tore the air apart. The whole training room echoed with thunder-like explosions. The last move landed with massive force. I leapt up and smashed down with the spear. A 10-man suit blew apart into pieces. I hadn't even entered battle mode. 7 kill wasn't even a real spear yet. And still, I could smash a second realm suit with ease. If my spear skills hit max. Even Lu Change would get totally stunned. Still got a final bar of victory points untouched. But I just wouldn't push to the next realm yet. Reason simple. That top dog from the school team is almost back. Why crack open such a juicy reward early? If he dares show off, I'll beat the hell out of him on the spot. He better act even cockier. So the whole school gets a good look. But just as I thought that, a terrifying pressure hit from outside the door. The training room door got slammed open. The school gate blew up first. Lu Change came back in white, dragging a red flame tiger corpse behind him. That thing was covered in blood, but his clothes were spotless. The moment he showed up, the swag was real. All the students looked stunned. Someone whispered his name. Lu Change, acknowledged top at Moru High, the real captain of the school team, with 3 more teammates behind him, all with their noses in the air, like they just won big at the ruins. Lu Change flung his hand. The tiger corpse slammed to the ground. It had been dead for a while, but the chest was still intimidating. The spectators gasped. They claimed the red flame tiger was at least second realm, tier 6. Lu Change was only second realm, tier 4, but still beat it a tier up, and stayed spotless. That's not just a win, that's pure domination. Those 3 teammates got even cockier, started calling everyone trash. Even joked Lu Change nearly killed the Tiger King. Only ran back because the school was in trouble. To them, everyone should have been worshipping him. But reality slapped them hard. The crowd was shocked, but their looks just kept getting stranger. Someone couldn't help holding back laughter. Aside, Su Ming is too damn strong. Totally lit up the mood. Lu Change frowned up immediately. He clearly hadn't heard that name before. His henchman tried to grab someone to ask, but the phone just had to ring right then. The call was from Wen Yunlin. Lu Change picked up. His voice was icy cold. First thing he asked was if Wen Yangxing was in trouble. Then he casually asked who Su Ming was. Hearing that name on the other line, Wen Yunlin was shaking.
He gritted out, Lu bro.
Su Ming's the main culprit. Come to the infirmary.
Hearing infirmary.
Lu Change's eyes changed instantly. He double-checked. Yangxing's in there too? Wen Yunlin sounded like he was swallowing knives. He said it wasn't just Wen Yangxing. They're all in the infirmary. Just as he finished, Lu Change's ki and blood exploded. The air seemed to drop a few degrees. Those 3 teammates didn't dare breathe. Lu acted calm outside, but anyone could see. The real rage had flared. He just asked one more thing: who hurt Yangxing? All Wen Yunlin said was Su Ming. Lu Change hung up right away, didn't waste a word, and stormed to the infirmary with his lackeys. Meanwhile, at the infirmary, a bunch of school team members, laid out in neat rows. Even the 2 who knelt and begged before couldn't handle it and came for treatment. Room was dead quiet. No one dared bring up the defeat, because everyone's pride had been stomped into the ground by me. When Yunling looked at all the wounded, one was about to cry forever. One totally shut down. When Yangxing curled up under the blanket even more. Once high and mighty school team elites, now all like dogs with broken backs. The craziest part, forum was still blowing up non-stop. All about Wen Yangxing getting slapped. He couldn't delete it if he wanted to. Just as the silence hit peak in the room, that pressure from outside hit again. The training room door got kicked open. I just almost wiped out the school team, and their backbone shows up right after. The infirmary door suddenly bangs open. Lu Change walks in surrounded by an icy vibe. Those guys looked dead earlier, but soon as they see him, their eyes light up. Even Wen Yangxin huddled under the covers, looks up like she just grabbed her lifeline. Lu Change scans the wounded, and his face drops instantly. He walks over to Wen Yangxin's bed. The gentleness hasn't even showed yet. When his hand reaches out to comfort her, but she dodges without thinking. That move makes him realize something's wrong. He turns his head to look. His face goes dark. That slap mark on Wen Yangxin's left cheek hits his eyes like a knife. The room turns freezing cold in a second. Thin ice starts forming on the walls. The school team holds their breath in fear. Clearly, they're all scared stiff by his energy. Lu Change's voice is totally calm, but it's even more threatening. Who did it? When Yunlin is shivering in the cold, he braves it and blurts out Su Ming. The moment that name's said, the ice in the room shatters with a crash. Lu Change closes his eyes, like memorizing a grudge. When he opens them, he only says one thing: tomorrow's initiation. I'll drag him from heaven to hell. Director Yan rushes in after, trying to calm things down. Pretty simple meaning. The school wants me on the team, and wants Lu Change to put aside his personal beef for now. But this guy couldn't care less. His words are even colder than ice. He hit Wen Yangxin, so it's fight to the death now.
Hearing this,
I actually want that bruised look during training. If Lu Change acted reasonable, it'd be hard to fight him tomorrow. Meanwhile, on my side, I just finished all technique training to perfection. Even the precious incense I had is almost gone. I'm packing up what's left to share with the guys. Just then, Mr. Zhang calls me. He sounds super serious. Lu Change is back. Your initiation tomorrow might not go as planned. When I hear that, I can barely hold back a smile. Great, this is just what I wanted. So out loud I act disappointed. But that smile is sneaking out anyway. This kind of bad news just feels awesome. Mr. Zhang goes silent for a while. Then he lowers his voice and asks Su Ming, "Did you just laugh out loud?" Back at the dorm. I carry your blankets up first. Your daddy Su is back. Aren't you gonna kneel for me? But the three troublemakers don't even look up. One's gaming. Two others are just messing around. Still calling me old Su. Drop the act, you're killing me. What happens outside is a different story. Back to now. No one on earth dares talk back to you. I keep it simple and light up a stick of special incense. Next second, the med boxes all pop open. It's like the whole room takes a punch. All three guys freeze. Their eyes light up. Their energy shoots up right away. Their heads instantly clear up. Li Yun is the first to shout. Damn, isn't this that special blood-invigorating incense? That thing costs 100 grand each. How'd you even get one? I just say school handed them out. Can't refuse even if I wanted to. Right after I say that, all three faces turn green. The system notification rang along. Here comes the envy and jealousy. Risk points rack up from fighting. Look at them all tangled up. I purposely reached out to snuff the incense. Too bad, I wanted to reward my sons. But every single one is a rebel. Li Yun instantly moved so fast he almost blurred. Call me Su Dad, she my real dad. The other two shamelessly joined in. One left, one right, chasing Renzi with me. This wave of leftovers was useless for me. But still earned 300 risk points. Massive profit, damn. So good, my scalp tingles. Who wants to play games now? The three rebels surrounded the incense, getting down to train properly. I casually gave them a few pointers. 2 hours passed. Finally, the sandalwood incense burnt out. All three looked blushed and flustered, clearly tasted the sweetness. Just then, Li Yun suddenly remembered something annoying. Lu changes back, and he's pissed off. The moment his name dropped, the whole dorm fell silent. I just replied, "Don't worry. I had my plan ready. He'll have to go down if he shows up." That night, the school seemed calm, but who knows how many tossed and turned. Early next morning, I was woken up by a phone. Mr. Zhang yelled like death, making me go to his office. Said the gunshot order is rushed and done. Go buy it now. Arrived at the spot. A black long spear was tossed in front of me. It's made from black iron. Gold lines wrapped around it. Looks dark and fierce. Name is Mo Yun. 360 pounds. Right in my hand. I thought, damn, it's cool. Shook the spear. Even the wind split, slashing the air. Mr. Zhang kept nodding. Told me not to embarrass myself. Carried Mo Yun back to the dorm. The three rebels were stunned. Li Yun shamelessly asked to touch my big spear. I was so annoyed at that comment. Threw things at him, warning to be careful. And he nearly kneeled on the spot. Almost dropped to the ground. The other two rushed up. Took all three struggling to hold it. Heard it was 300 pounds. They were in shock. Just then, the broadcast blasted across campus. All classes head to the field now. Enrollment ceremony begins. Three rebels all stared at me. Nervous like it's a death march. I just smiled, carrying my spear. Time to head out. Just reached the field's edge. The crowd suddenly parted in the middle. A figure beneath the stage slowly turned. Lu Change locked eyes with me. Spoke coldly. This is what you said. So let's see. As soon as he finished, everyone froze. I dashed out, spear ready. Stage blew up under my feet. Rock chips flying. Cold air rolling. Flying out like a cannonball. We were trash-talking 1 second. Next, my spear is already hitting his face. No time for anyone to react. The students below were stunned. Eyes about to pop out. No one expected it to be this fierce. Director Yan turned pale. Just opened his mouth. Thinking of the wind pressure. My move shut him up quick. Lu Change stood still. His deadpan finally chilled more. Killing intent flashed in his eyes. But he's good at pretending. Didn't step back at all. Instead amped up the cold air. Suddenly temperature dropped hard. White frost turned light blue instantly. Stage felt like falling into an ice pit. Ice kept forming wildly on the floor. Layer by layer climbing up. Crawling toward my feet. If it was someone else, they'd freeze before they reached him. Their ghost would turn into a popsicle. But it's me he's facing. Mo Yun's spear swung. Ki and blood burst out. Smashed the cold wave apart. Spear's shaft made the air thud. Ice shards blasted past my face. All I saw were his cold eyes. When Youngsing sat in a wheelchair, hands shaking from fear. clearly remembered that spear from that day. My smile to those weaklings was even crazier. Moments ago they looked smug. Now they all clenched their back teeth. Because they knew. I wasn't just tough talking. I was really going in to beat him. Lu Change snorted coldly. Cold mist shot higher around him. Sword on his back joined in. S-class soul pressure felt like an ice mountain. Crashing down. Anyone else would have kneeled. But that doesn't scare me. The more he presses, the more excited I get. He almost lit my blood on fire. Wind in my ears turned into screaming cries. Spear tip an inch from his throat. Victory or defeat right now. Just then, ice at his feet exploded. Several ice spikes shot up, all targeting vital spots. Lu Change finally raised his hand. His sword drew out at that moment. Cold air surged over. Even the air seemed shredded. Lu Change stayed put. Didn't even bother to shake his clothes. That arrogant look, clearly taking me as a joke. Next moment, icy wind took over. Chill creeped through his bones. Pale blue ice grew all over his body. Each breath froze him like a statue. The cronies on stage already slipping up. Stage below fell totally silent. Not a sound in the crowd. Everyone thought the battle was over. Ningfire's gaze was wild. Like she's watching someone destined to lose. Lu Change was about to turn and wrap things up. A drip sounded on the ground. Another drip followed, like a slap to everyone's face. The ice trapping me started melting inch by inch. Lu Change snapped his head around. His cold face finally changed. Before he could see clearly, my black gold spear broke out from the ice. The ice sculpture exploded. My spear swept straight through the air. I'd been charging up for this attack, coming at him with all I got. Lu Change reacted fast enough. Sword drew out. Blocked right in front. Swords collided instantly. His face turned nasty. Not just fast, but super heavy. His sword quivered under pressure. Even he got pushed back hard. Now he was at the edge of the stage. The campus's #1 finally panicked. Before he could steady himself, 7-kill spear force rushed down the shaft, flooded straight into him. 7 waves blasted into his body. His ki and blood got turned upside down. Lu Change grunted. His arrogance finally cracked. Now's the time, no more talking. Got up close, lifted my leg and kicked him. Kick exploded with my ki and blood, right in his chest. A dull thud rings out. Lu Change is sent flying. Blood sprays midair. He crashes down like a broken kite. The whole place erupts. All those sneering faces freeze up. A boost in danger value rings in my head. No one feels the pain more than me. Lu Change stands up from the dust, wipes the blood from his mouth. He glares at me. Second-tier blood extraction. He squeezes these words out through his teeth. Everyone goes wild. No one gets how I leveled up so fast. When Youngson's face goes pale, he knows best. I wasn't this strong 2 days ago, but Lu Change is not giving up, chasing me for how I broke his extreme frost. I just replied, "You guess." As soon as the words dropped, the killing intent in his eyes explodes. Frost spreads out under his feet. The whole platform's turning to ice jade. Students scatter in fear. One step slower, you'll end up a popsicle. An even colder blast spins into a tornado, coming right at me. The cold hits my face. My blood ignites instantly. Red flames burst up. The frost turns to white mist before it gets close. The whole stage is lit up blood red. President and all the leaders instantly stand. Every eye is fixed on the fire on me. Someone shouts out, "Auspicious flame." Lu Change's pupil's contract.
His long sword slashes down again.
The auspicious flame sweeps in. Lu Change's face changes. He finally gets it. It's not a wall of fire. It's my blood doubling up. Double the blood powers the flame. His frost turns to vapor on contact. That little ice earlier. So that's how it melted. Next second, I grab the black gold spear. The fire blazes up the shaft. Golden cloud markings turn into a flaming tip. Even the air in the inn screams from the heat. No wasted words. I swing the spear sideways. Over 300 pounds smash through the air. Lu Change stops pretending. Sword energy wrapped in frost slashes wildly. But it can't beat my speed. Every strike burns through instantly. Everyone on stage can see. Without his soul power edge, this so-called #1 isn't much. As his swordplay gets sloppy, I whip the spear down at Black Dragon. Dive and strike. Immortal Lord Spear unleashed. Double the blood erupts in that instant. A dull thud echoes. Lu Chang's hand bursts open.
His sword lets out a shrill cry.
He's barely keeping upright. Almost can't stand anymore. I charge right into his face. No more soul power advantage. You're not number one anymore. He still talks tough. Says I haven't made him go all out. Fine, let me smack that face up. Loosen my right hand. Switch grip. Grab the spear's tail backhanded. Body lifts up. Pull the spear down with all my might. Hardest spear move. Force like 1,000 tons. As the spear smashes down, it's like a mountain crashing down. Lu Change finally panics. Sword now feather light. Temperature drops off a cliff. Even auspicious flame is suppressed. The sword makes a mist of ice in a flash. A huge blue sword light slashes up. Frost slash is truly fierce. But against pure weight, fierceness still bows down. Sword light shatters on the spot. Next, the sword cracks in two. The black gold spear smashes into his shoulder. Blood erupts. Shoulder bone cracks loud. That force keeps pressing down. Crash. Lu Change is forced down to his knees. The place goes dead silent. Teachers, students, principals, everyone's throats go dry. No one saw this coming. Number one in the final stage is kneeling before me. The narrow win value just shot up by 4,000. But the real thrill comes next. Lu Change's eyes went bloodshot instantly. The humiliation wiped out all his reason. The icy energy in his body was burning out like crazy. Light blue turned straight into deep blue. It felt like all the heat was wiped out. The ground, walls, air, everything started to freeze. Icicles shot up from the ground. It was like falling into a frozen hell. But what's crazier is, even good luck started to freeze when it hit that deep blue chill. Everything just began turning to ice. In a flash, cold wrapped my whole body again. I was sealed in ice one more time. The crowd on the sideline freaked out. The director and all the school leaders yelled to evacuate the students. Someone shouted to save Su Ming, but it was just too close. No one could step in time. Lu Change slowly got up. He stared at me in the ice, eyes still red. That look wasn't for sparring anymore. He wanted to kill me. He slowly pressed his hand on the ice, gritting his teeth about the blood he coughed up today. He said I had to pay for it with my life. But the next second, I blinked at him from inside the ice, and even gave him a grin. Lu Change's scalp went numb right away. Because in his ultimate freezing mode, your mind should be totally frozen. But I could still smile. I could move. Deep in the ice, I managed to double my strength again. My battle aura burst out at that moment, with my battle aura unleashed. The ice layer shattered to dust instantly. A second later, I shot out. Everyone barely saw my afterimage. I dashed along the ground at top speed. Lu Change just crashed under an icicle. He was still coughing up blood on the ground. His face was twisted in pain. And in a blink, I was already in his face. The guy's pupils shrank hard. He couldn't even raise his hand in time. I grabbed his face right away, lifted him straight up off the ground. Then I swung my arm and slammed him down like a brutal dunk. Boom! The whole field shook 3 times. The instant Lu Change's head hit the ground, everyone nearby went totally pale. When Youngsin let out a scream, the school team guys, their legs were buckling as everyone stared in shock. One after another took sharp breaths. They all had chills running down their spines. The narrow win value spiked up again. That punch made more noise than a slap. But the real savage stuff was still coming. Lu Change actually tried to get up and save face. He barely lifted his head half an inch. I slapped him back down instantly with a backhand. That slap was so crisp, it was ridiculous. He flew sideways and crashed to the floor right there. Seeing his stubborn look, I shot back. You faking tough, huh? The moment I said that, the whole field went dead quiet. Then the place just exploded. Lu Change's pride was stomped into the dirt over and over. He was so mad his eyes turned blood red again. He opened his mouth and spat out a ton of blood. But he still glared at me with all he had. That looked like he wanted to eat me alive. But dealing with stubborn guys like him, that's my specialty. I clenched my right fist. My energy and blood rushed together. Before my punch even landed, Director Yan was twitching like crazy watching. When Youngsin totally lost it, she cried and begged me to stop. Said I could join the team. Said I'm the new team captain now. Even the school leaders panicked. They all started talking about school's reputation. Said the 3 school tournaments coming soon. Sighed Lu Change could be my assistant. As soon as I heard school's reputation, I almost laughed out loud. No one cared about the school when they were stepping on me. Now they're getting beat up and suddenly it's about the school. So I scanned the whole crowd and gave a cold smile at those self-important big shots. Listen up, all of you. No one can stop me today. My energy burned hotter and wilder on my fist. Cracks started spreading under my feet. Lu Change was pinned to the spot by my pressure. Finally, terror won out over his stubbornness. Director Yan wanted to say something else, but I'd already taken another step forward. The blood in my chest exploded. My voice blasted across the whole field. I'm the boss here. And right as the words landed, I smashed a punch full of rage at his face. I was gonna let these old guys save some face. But Director Yan just had to butt in, saying there'd be no punishment. There really was no punishment. Old Deng was smiling like springtime. Basically just a normal sparring match. Maybe I went a little bit too hard. The second he said that, everyone on the ground was stunned. Lu Change was still lying there like a dead dog, covered in blood. He was barely breathing. And that's what you call a little hard. That was 100,000,000% too hard. The students around me started whispering. No one dared say it out loud. But in their heads, they were all shouting, "Badass." I glanced around. The school team that was so cocky before had all gone dead silent when I looked their way. Especially the vice captain. His legs were turning to jelly. Director Yan turned and asked if anyone had a problem. All you could hear was, "Nope." Those words sounded more like crying than talking. I beat them till their spirit broke. Just then, the principal finally spoke. One sentence settled everything. From now on, I'm the captain of the school team. Even I was stunned a bit. This old man really gets it. Back when everyone called my soul trash, he was the one who put me on the team anyway. Gave me the green light all the way. He kept backing me behind the scenes. I started to thank him. Then the principal went even further.
He said he wasn't there when the team came after me.
He wasn't around when Lu Change tried to go all out on me. Now that I'm tearing it up.
He's still keeping out of it.
Asked if I blamed him for being biased. Or for showing favoritism. Did I even need to think about it? Either everyone backs off, or just let everyone do what they want. When the team bullied me, no one cared. Now I'm beating back. Don't act all righteous. That's real fairness. The principal smiled right away. He looked more and more pleased with me. The point was clear. Kid, you got guts. And a clear mind. As soon as he left, Director Yan announced, from today on, I'm the new squad captain. Any objections? The team nodded so fast it looked like bobbleheads. A split second slower and they'd be called out to practice more. Right after that, the perks landed too. Priority on resources. Members can vote people out. And a special training room. Gave me the key right away. 3 days from now, spirit baptism starts. As soon as I heard that, my blood fired up, beating the whole team. This is exactly what I was waiting for. On the surface, I'm just a loser. But only I know the truth. This thing is way more than it seems. If I can unlock another layer of potential during spirit baptism, I can keep blowing things up even higher. By then, it's not just Lu Change. Even the geniuses from all 3 schools wouldn't be enough to take me on. Director Yan was standing there grinning, trying to get close. It was so cheesy it made my scalp tingle. Might as well let him go back to his old self. The old guy looked all gloomy right then.
He left with a half-dead Lu Change.
Teacher Zhang came over and asked me a question. Did you already have the perfect plan? That really made me laugh. If a punch solves it, why bother thinking? Teacher Zhang's face went totally dark. But he couldn't say a word back. The next second, the whole class suddenly rushed at me like maniacs. The cheers from the arena exploded. I got drowned in it. And right then, that familiar notification popped up in my head. Suddenly, it blasted out. The sound in my mind went off, and I couldn't hold back my grin. Win margin, 19,600. Lu changes like a money-making machine. Just stomped the genius, and got this much. The more these helpers, the better. Teacher Zhang just said, prepare for the dance exam. The whole class scattered like they'd just been injected with energy. Everyone wants to learn. I changed my fate against all odds. Even just learning 10% would be enough. I walked off, not bothering to watch them keep dreaming. Turned right for my own training room. The library's third-floor door opened. A wave of energy hit me in the face. Just stepped inside. My blood was boiling. Felt like my body was lit up with hot coals. This place is twice as concentrated as outside. No wonder it used to be only for loot change. But now it's different. I knocked him down. I got the cultivation technique. Principal and director have to acknowledge me. From today on, I can train here as long as I want. With a thought, the martial soul panel popped up. Second tier, first stage looks weak. But all my skills and abilities are maxed out. And there's a whole row of holy physique talents. With this setup, forget peers. Anyone in the whole school would freak out. The best part is that win margin, 19,600. Who could handle this kind of start? I'm grinning ear to ear, about to go all in, but my phone rings right then. Look down and it's Director Yan. Was gonna ignore it, but still answered. He just started praising me right away, saying stuff like, genius is always training. Hearing that gave me goosebumps. The old guy went on and on. Finally got to the point. The school wants to reward me. Because of the prediction, I perfected the true meaning palace. The founding principal's secret technique has been on the shelf for years. And now I finally picked it up. The reward is seriously big. 9 bottles of Sambao blood essence pills. Totally topped me up. Plus 3 sticks of top-tier focus incense. Even third-tier warriors would be jealous. The craziest part, cultivation mode is fully set to max. A full 72 hours with no drop in concentration. That made me smile. The school is really spending big this time. As soon as the call ended, there was a knock at the door. All the resources got delivered right to me. 10 bottles of pills lined up neatly. Lit up the 3 incense sticks. The whole room was wasted, trying to do just that, and suppress my level. That's just foolish. If the school dares to be sneaky, I'll show them a huge win margin. Give me 5 charges, boost me up. Next second, energy rushed in like crazy. The whole training room was buzzing. True meaning palace started roaring. All my blood was ignited right then. The first barrier shattered instantly. Second tier, second stage, just a step away. Blood kept pushing, kept burning. In no time, reached second tier, third stage. The pill exploded in my stomach. The focus and senses power went straight to my bones. Manifestation points dropped like crazy, but my level shot up like a rocket. Stepped up to stage 2, level 6, in an instant. The impurities in my body were burned to ashes. When I was rushing up, a streak of golden blood energy suddenly appeared. I forcefully pressed down all the blood in my body.
Stage 2, level 9, reached this speed straight away.
Forget students. Even the teachers would question reality. But just as I was about to keep going, the energy in the training room suddenly dropped. Spiritual items around seemed drained. A muffled crack came from deep inside the wall. The light screen in front of me flickered hard. A row of crimson alerts suddenly popped up. Abnormal energy detected. Then a cold sneer came from outside the door. 3 days of promised energy supply was cut off in less than half an hour. Just as I took out my phone to ask someone, Director Yan called me first. He kept his voice cautious. Afraid to interrupt my training even a bit. Not a big deal. But they still owed me an explanation. Director Yan quickly apologized with a smile. He said the school's supply was just a bit slow. Asked me to wait a moment and it'll be back soon. No more glitches after this, guaranteed. This old guy really was looking out for me. Though annoyed, no need to make it hard for him. But the maintenance crew downstairs panicked. They checked the boiler several times. No leaks. Director Yan heard that, and his face immediately turned dark. He snapped at them right away. If you delay training for the top student, the school leaders will eat you alive. The workers started sweating in fear. They ended up giving an absurd answer. It's not the machines to blame. It's me, I absorbed too much. Drained all the energy supply. 3 days of reserves gone in half an hour. Even Director Yan was speechless. But after 2 seconds, the old man suddenly got excited. He blurted out, "This kid's a damn genius. If he can absorb, then give him more. Stuff the furnace with raw or non-stop. Double the energy concentration. Nobody brings up rules to ruin the vibe today." Soon after, the training room boiled over. Energy everywhere. Even crazier than before. This treatment was off the charts. I didn't hold back either. Kept absorbing non-stop. Used up some danger points. My power skyrocketed. Stage 2, level 9, threshold shattered instantly. But this time, I didn't rush to just break through. Instead, I aimed higher. If blood energy can turn gold, why not the true blood? So I used that golden blood energy as a hammer and smashed my inner true blood bit by bit. Smashed 500 danger points. The edges of my true blood started to glow gold. Paid 1,000 danger points. Kept cleaning out impurities. Spent 1,500 danger points. Kept going hard. Even half a drop of true blood started to shine gold. Finally, with 2,000 points burned in, the golden blood energy almost exploded. Next second, the true blood suddenly transformed. A drop of liquid gold formed inside me, just as the pure true blood emerged. Even more golden blood energy appeared inside. Used all my power. Blood energy surged like a rainbow. The barrier of my realm shattered instantly. Reached the peak of stage 2, became pure power, roaring like a beast inside my bones. And what's crazier, this golden true blood is leagues stronger than normal true blood. It's like having an extra trump card, one you can use to break the rules anytime. Camera shifts. I powered up again, ready to refine a few more strands of golden blood energy. Suddenly, the training room started screeching. Triple energy surged in like a tsunami. Even the air twisted into whirlpools. The whole room felt like I was about to suck it dry. I cursed. Damn, I can really absorb. Then another crimson alert popped up in front of me. Abnormal energy detected. A chilling laugh sounded outside the door. Next second, the door boomed with a shadow. A hand was already coming down. Just walked out of the training room, and something felt off in the hallway. The air felt like soaked in ice water. Even the wall paint gave off a creepy vibe. 3-day isolation just ended, and someone's already waiting outside to die. I kept walking, but my blood energy was already flowing along my veins. A silhouette stood at the end of the corner. Black robe and duck face, like a dog afraid of sunlight. He stared at me, sneering coldly. His voice was like a snake hissing. Little brat, you finally came out. Just from that tone, I knew exactly what's going on. Not someone from school. And definitely not here to greet me. He didn't even bother with small talk.
He charged in right at my face.
Still 3 meters away, but his palm wind scraped white marks on the wall. That attack's serious. Clearly aiming to kill me. I just forged my trump card, and someone rushes to try dying already. I shifted my body, slid against the wall. That black palm barely missed my ear. Boom, heavy thud. The alloy door behind me bulged 1/2 meter. Nice, that palm was at least stage 3 and up. Regular students could get their heads blown up like watermelons. Heads bursting just like a watermelon. The black-robed guy missed, and his gaze grew darker. If you dodged, then the intel was right. You really are that freak? Hearing that, the fire in my chest ignited instantly. Freak coming out of your mouth. It's like a stray dog bowing down to a true dragon. My right fist tightened slowly. Golden blood energy surged between my bones. A faint golden wind formed around my fist. The air around trembled. He noticed something was off too. He shook his sleeve. Another cold gleam flashed. The hallway filled with killing intent. He already blocked my escape route. He wants to finish me right here. Not even letting me make it to tomorrow's soul ritual. Too bad he picked the wrong target. I love using ambush as appetizers. Black-robed guy smiled viciously and pressed in again. Dark glow headed for my face. Next second, I raised my fist and struck. Just as it got dark outside, the hallway breeze felt chilly. I focused up, and suddenly an old, powerful punch came from the side. The force made my clothes shake wildly. Even the air seemed to rip open. My mind settled, lifted my right fist, took it head. The moment our fists clashed, our fists slammed like iron blocks. The old man across had his eyes light up. He grinned. The punch! Looked closely, almost laughed from anger. Turns out Director Yan was the one sneak attacking. A school director, catching students to test punches. What kind of sense does that make? But the old guy stood there, acting all justified. Sighed, I ate up all the schools and his inventory in 3 days. If he didn't check the results, he'd lose sleep from worry tonight. That was straight up bold. Even arguing felt weak, so I just asked what he really wanted. The old man's chin lifted. He said that punch was just a warm-up. Next, don't hold back. Hit him hard right in the body. He even added something.
He's at stage 4, level 7.
Standing here is nothing for him. He's putting on a real act. Even the hallway lights look golden. Seeing his age, I almost felt bad about hitting him. But the old man got fired up. He said I'm too slow. Like a woman, he made it clear with that slang. I powered up my right fist. Blood rushed down my arm. And the next second, I slammed into his stomach. Dreams exploded. The wall was shaking. He tasted blood in his throat. But his face stayed super calm. He didn't admit it hurt. He just frowned and said my punch was soft as cotton. That pissed me off instantly. I was holding back before. But he's still pretending to be deep. Alright, I'll stop respecting his age. I packed killer intent into my punch. The hallway suddenly felt colder. The old man's face finally changed. His eyelids twitched. Blood force protected him like crazy.
He kept saying a stage 4 fighter.
Would never be scared. But halfway through, my fist wind blasted right in front of him. His pupils shrank. He leaned back out of instinct. But my punch was already smashing right into his belly. He leaned back out of instinct. My punch hit his belly hard. But Director Yan didn't fly. His eyes popped wide first. The old man stared at me for a long time. Like he suddenly figured something out. That punch wasn't my limit. His voice changed when talking to me. I didn't bother explaining. Just gave him a grin. That expression always annoys people. And it makes them feel numb. Sure enough, he sucked in a breath. He looked at me like I was a freak. He sighed out loud. Still underestimated my talent. System notification popped up. I got another 500 points. Even the old man helped boost my score. After I sent him back, I finally claimed my dorm bed for tomorrow's martial soul baptism. I slept so deep I almost missed it. My phone lit up. Director Yan had already told me to wash up and eat at the team building. I slowly walked to the office door. Everyone inside was seated like a trial. The whole school team was there, except for the main seat. Looked like they saved the throne for me. As I scanned the room, everyone dropped their heads. Even Wen Youngsun, who was cockiest before, now couldn't even meet my eyes. Lu Change held out for a few seconds, but finally looked away too. I let out a cold chuckle. Sat straight in the main seat. Only the strong should sit here. Lu Change instantly clenched his fists at Wen Youngsun, who quickly held him back. Director Yan just glanced at him calmly. That's how he calmed himself. But just because he wants to hold back, doesn't mean it's all over. I stared at him, said just one thing. This is the first time. Do it again. And you're done? When Youngsun quickly nodded. Got it, senior. She called me senior really fast. Clearly got humbled for real. I took another look at them. Wow, school's medical skills are good. 3 days ago they looked dead. Now they almost healed up. As soon as I said that, the atmosphere in the room turned stiff. Everyone looked pissed off, like I just ripped open an old wound again. Director Yan quickly stepped in to break the ice.
He said I'm the captain now.
So I should be more generous. And he complained I was too harsh. The school used a ton of resources to save these guys, dumped even more into it. I forced a laugh twice, and just changed the subject. Let's skip all that. When does the martial soul baptism start? The old man said they're just waiting for my cue.
He stood up to lead the way.
Everyone followed behind. We walked all the way to the end of the 3rd floor. A pitch-black door blocked our way. The moment the special key went in, a cold chill swept out from inside. Stepped in for a look. The inside was huge, like a sealed fighting arena. Walls all around were covered in locks. The setup is just like my personal training chamber. A giant cauldron stood in the center. Its 3 legs and 2 handles just felt heavy. The cauldron was stuffed with rare herbs. Some of them were still glowing. Just the herbal scent drifting over. Felt like my brain got splashed with ice water. Director Yan started giving a long speech. Said the school had saved up for over a year just to fill this cauldron with medicine. If we lose again, the martial arts division is done for. Martial arts, pills, weapons, techniques. We're getting all of it this year. Everyone else was getting pumped up, but I only had eyes for the cauldron. Because the real good stuff is never what they talk up. Sure enough, next second, the old man pulled out a jade bottle. He poured out a drop of vivid blue elixir. The cauldron shook hard all of a sudden. All the herbs started melting instantly. A bright blue light exploded upward. The whole room lit up like it was filled with fireflies. He told everyone to sit down. He said those glowing green lights are the soul energy that can trigger martial souls. Right as he finished, the brightest ball of blue light shot right at my forehead. That light smashed into my brow. Felt like thunder exploded in my head. But next second, nothing happened. The others were so hyped, they nearly jumped for joy. Someone said their soul was boiling. Someone shouted their muscles got even bigger. Even the air itself was thick with pride, but my side was dead quiet. A ton of medicine surged inside me, but my martial soul acted dead asleep. No reaction at all. The team guys all started staring at me weird. Each look was more dramatic than the last. The meaning was clear. An F grade is still an F grade. No amount of medicine is gonna help. Director Yan looked totally calm though. He said the medicine should last a full 7 days. Awakening in 1 day is normal. He told us all not to mess around. Absorb it too fast and you might mess things up. People frowned at that. If we could absorb it on our own, what's the point of the baptism? So I just asked directly, is there a way to speed it up? Director Yan just grinned and said, once your martial soul fully awakens, you can absorb as much as you want. That made everyone laugh. If you haven't awakened, you can't go faster. If you could, that means you're already awakened. That's just some circular logic. But what the old guy said after was interesting. He said martial souls with real potential usually react slow at first. The earlier you react, the weaker you might be. Just like that. He instantly crushed the hype from the first few guys, especially the sword cultivator. His face turned red. He wanted to talk back but had nothing to say. Because the truth is simple. Either it's got too much potential and hasn't exploded yet, or it's so weak nothing will ever happen. At this point, I trust in money more. After all, my martial soul is a Lang Zhenjun. Looking at this messed up world, who could match a myth-grade soul? Feeling more confident, I just kept absorbing the medicine. Director Yan saw the mood calm down and started chatting. 5 days till the 3-school meet. When he brought up Lin Ru, the whole room went quiet, especially as soon as that name was mentioned.
Even Lu Change's face turned dark.
Fang Shiren, captain of the Lingwu school team.
He trained Xiu's grade martial skills.
And rumor is he's nearly reached martial level 1. After hearing that, everyone else felt huge pressure. But I almost laughed out loud. The stronger, the better. The tougher, the more rewarding. Lu Change was worth over 20,000 status points. If I crush these top geniuses, I'm gonna skyrocket. Just thinking about it. All the green light around suddenly surged in sync. Next moment, they seemed to go crazy, and all poured my way. All the blue light in the room rushed at me insanely. It was like the whole chamber got flipped over. Medicine shot into me through every pore. My Elang True Lord martial soul inside was like a bottomless pit. No matter how much came in, it just swallowed it all. Didn't hold back at all. Guys next to me were working hard to digest the energy. But I was already thinking about my prey for the exchange matches. Director Yan didn't waste time. Gave the whole team pressure right away. First, he covered Lingwu. The deadliest is Fang Shiren. Half a year ago, he was second tier level 7. Saying he's at second tier peak now is probably being modest. If he's quietly reached third tier, our school team is just lunch for him. Lu Change's squad turned pale as a sheet. Confidence shattered before they even faced him. Director Yan just shook his head. Good thing he noticed me instead. Saw the eager grin on my face, which let him finally relax. Then he dropped a second name, Fang Shuwen, Fang Shiran's younger brother, direct disciple of Blade Sect. Also second tier, level 7, plus a tricky and tough extreme martial soul. That lineup used to be enough to crush the puppets. But now it's different. I'm here. Both of those brothers are just prize bags to me. After that, I still wanted more details. So I asked about Youngwoo. Director Yan's eyes turned serious. And he started talking about the real big fish. Yunwa's #1 prodigy, Chen Yongfen, wiped out the previous top students when he enrolled 3 years ago. Last year, he streamed challenging colleges in 3 provinces and never lost once. That cracked me up. Strength aside, being a streamer is perfect for me to step on. Director Yan couldn't believe it. Is being a streamer really the point? What's important is he's unbeatable among his peers. Plus, he's a direct disciple of Cheng Hong Sword sect, with a junior named Tang Tong, and another local prodigy Lan Ruolin who's been suppressed. Yanhua's team really is solid. But you eat rice one bite at a time. Same with taking out the prodigies one by one. Suck Lingwu dry first, then go stomp Yonwu, while plotting how to dominate. A sudden wolf howl came from the side. Sword Cultivator was the first to complete his baptism. His silver moon wolf got huge on the spot, even leveled up from 1 to 4 to 1 to 5 instantly. He was about to celebrate, when Director Yan poured cold water all over it. B-grade martial soul only leveled up once. Shows you're still too weak. Yu Jiangxiu looked furious. The mood in the room was about to drop. A few hours later, someone suddenly jumped up again. Li Feiping and Bao Shuming both let out a low growl. The martial spirit inside them started to boil. Starlight surged wildly toward both of them again. Meanwhile, that long dormant heat in my chest suddenly exploded too, just as that fire burst open in my chest. The power in the entire room went completely out of control. First, that muscle guy let out a low roar. All his muscles puffed up like someone pumped them full of air. He even bulked up a size. But that's not just getting fat. Every inch of muscle was tighter and denser. On the other side, Bo Shuming's eyes lit up. The bronze glow from them was so sharp, no one dared look. His aura shot up like crazy. He broke through 2 levels in a blink. One after another, the school team guys started powering up. Just moments before, they looked half dead. Now they're all super hyped up. Director Yan told them to keep steady, but her eyes had already turned this way, because the ritual wasn't finished yet. Only 3 people were left. When Yangxin spoke first, she said her martial spirit was almost out of control. Lu Change responded calmly, saying he just needed a little more time. When it was my turn, I just said 4 words, need more settling. The people nearby all had weird looks. No one dared say a word. But you know what they were thinking. They figured a useless martial spirit wouldn't go much further. Too bad they don't get it. The real monsters never prove anything with words. A few hours later, the temperature suddenly shot up. The flames on Wen Yangxin looked alive. They ran straight across the floor. It was so hot, everyone backed off fast. Only Director Yan and Lu Change stayed put.
And me.
Not moving an inch. The wave of fire hit me, and a flash of gold passed through my eyes. This heat isn't even a warm-up. The next second, when Yangxin instantly broke through 3 levels. Her aura settled at 2nd rank, level 6. Everyone had just finished a sharp breath in, when the whole room went cold. Lu Change's martial spirit awakened too. Light, blue frost instantly turned deep blue. Frost crept up the room's walls. His breakthrough was even crazier.
He smashed right through 4 barriers.
And hit 2nd rank, level 8 on the spot. As soon as that power spread out, the smiles on everyone's faces vanished. They all backed away fast. Lu Change finally smiled. All that pent-up wildness was in his eyes at once. Then he looked at me. That gaze was twice as intense as before. The air felt tight instantly, like a string stretched to its limit. This guy said nothing, but that look said it all. With more power, my bones itched for a fight again. I smirked and snapped right back at him. You got stronger. So you want to try again? Lu Change still didn't speak, just stared even harder. His aura didn't drop at all. When Yangxin tried to calm him down, but he shut her up with 1 word. Director Yan instantly looked pissed. She reminded him not to forget school put resources into saving him. His life was traded for a promise that the whole team would follow orders. No one had the right to talk back. When he heard that, Lu Change clenched his fists so hard his knuckles turned white. His face just got colder. Clearly, he remembered 3 days ago, when he was slapped kneeling on the ground. He finally took a deep breath and closed his eyes. And he pulled his power back. Everyone in the room was just about to breathe easy.